A burette is one of the most common tools of the laboratory, especially in chemistry. It is used to precisely measure variable amounts of a liquid into another liquid. In order to get the best from your burette, it is appropriate to clean it first, not assume that it's been cleaned. And the beginning of that is to simply inspect it. First, check to make sure there's no debris in the tip. If there is, take a small wire, such as this small copper wire, and slide it into the hole at the tip and move it around until the debris is cleared. The next step will ensure that that debris is actually washed out. Agitate it a little bit and then begin the process of the preparation with the liquid. Since you don't know what any liquid that was in there before, it's best to rinse out the burette, first assuring that the stopcock handle is at right angles to the tube itself. Put a little bit of distilled water in there. Put your gloved finger over the end and invert as you're turning the burette to make sure that all the sides are adequately flushed of any residual material. Then, into a waste beaker, drain that fluid by turning the stopcock handles so that they are in line with the main body of the burette itself. When all of the fluid is in fact drained out, as you see, we had a little bit of an airlock there, which occasionally happens. When the fluid does drain out and there's no more droplets coming out, turn the stopcock handle again so that it is at right angles. Now you would put in the material that you're actually going to use to measure out. This is best done with a funnel, and then take the liquid and pour just a bit in there. You don't need a large amount at this point. Allow it to drain in. Then, again, covering the end, rinse the inside with that fluid that you're actually going to be measuring with. This rinses out any residual water and prepares the burette for final measurement. Now I'm going to drain that material out, getting rid of any further debris and any water that was left over from the initial rinsing. So just let that drain through. For the more precise work, you'd want to do that same thing again. But for most laboratory operations, a simple single rinse is quite sufficient. Okay, shake off that drop. Turn the stopcock again back to where it was before. And now you're going to put this in the burette holder. You'll notice here the actual burette itself is made up of the tube, of course, and the graduations along the side. And now we're going to take the funnel again and place it in the top. Don't try and pour any liquid into the burette without a funnel, because most people aren't able to do that very reliably. And now we'll just pour the fluid in You want to make sure that you get this up as high as possible on the graduations without overshooting. I now have that at just a little bit below the 0 mark. Now I'm going to clear any bubbles that might be in the tip, because they would decrease the accuracy of our measurements. So again, I open up the stopcock and allow any bubbles to drain out. Touch the tip to the side. I can use a laboratory wipe to wipe it off in addition. And now I am nearly set to go. The next step is simply to take a reading at the starting level, because we've cleared the bubbles. So now this is the true start volume, which reads at the bottom of the curve of the meniscus 1.9 milliliters. And that's the basics of preparation of a burette for any titration that you're going to perform in the laboratory.